guts and grind and time on your side. You can run from doubt, but you can't deny when it's heads up for glory. The chips don't lie. Step in the room, all eyes down low. Cards on the table, but the power don't show. Whispers in the dark, deals in the shade. Build from the fire, now the city's afraid. We don't bluff, we make the game. Every move sparks fear and fame. From the forge to the peak we grind. Mess with the best, get left behind. Yeah, the Syndicate runs this town. From the underground up we hold the crown. Stacking chips while they chase the fame. We write the rules, they just play the game. The Syndicate runs this town. Don't forget the name. You hear the clatter of chips. That's not luck. That's legacy. The Syndicate, cold blood, no doubt. We run this town, now fade out. The Syndicate, cold blood, no doubt. We run this town, now fade out. The Syndicate, cold blood, no doubt. We run this town, now fade out. The Syndicate, cold blood, no doubt. We run this town, now fade out. Yeah, the Syndicate runs this town. From the underground up we hold the crown. Stacking chips while they chase the fame. We write the rules, they just play the game. The Syndicate runs this town. Don't forget the name.
Well, here we are. It is the Syndicate. Sorry, I had to get rid of my echo because it was echoing in my headphones. We are here with the Syndicate's Dominion run, and things don't want to fire up. Here we go. There they are. We have shuffled up and dealt the Dominion run. Game number 5 with the Syndicate. Free-to-play poker on PokerNow.club. The Dominion run is played by the Syndicate Poker Club, which you can find at syndicatepokerclub.com. We've got a handful of massively talented players and a handful of, well, people who just don't give a flying fuck. In any case, the Syndicate, they play for free, but they play for real. It is a Dominion run, game number 5 of an 8-game running series played every Monday night at 7 o'clock Mountain Time, 9 o'clock Eastern. And we stream them from time to time. And they are played live over at PokerNow.club, a free-to-play poker site that costs absolutely no money to play. And that's what we have going on. We have our starting crew here. They've already shuffled up and dealt. And that's where we're at so far. Let me give you guys our, at least, starters for tonight, I guess, is where we need to go. We've got Marta, Quadzilla, Biggie Large, Forking a Soul. We got Millie's in the house. Casely's in it. Boss, who was getting kind of bossy this weekend with the Weekend Warrior series. Molly Mary, who's just back from Austin, Texas, on a live stream. Poker game that she was playing over at the Lodge Poker Club down in Austin, Texas. Jam Rock and Roll. Freak Child showing up tonight as Just a Ghost for Halloween. And No Fold Frank And we got a couple others also in the house tonight. We've got a couple of full tables going on, so let's get in with what's happening with everybody so far and who's where. 2 tables of action. And let's see, which one should we go to, gang? We'll go to table 2 tonight is where we'll start. Where we've got Casely, Just a Ghost, also known as Freak Child, Molly Mary, Godly, Marta, and Leary Alice all battling it out over here. Professor Chips is looking for some treats right about now, if you can hear him in the background. Sitting with the blinds at 10-20, everybody starts with a 5,000 chip stack. The Dominion is built as a grinder, no-limit hold'em game. Blinds start small. Everything is 10-minute blinds. And then eventually they will start to go up a little bit bigger as the game progresses on, but they go a little bit slower to test the player's chip stack management and see who can get out in the lead first, who's going to hold on to them until they can actually take a big strike. So many different ways that this can be played. But that's how it's played. But it's in the normal no-limit hold'em format, which we will describe to you as we get into this next hand. We got 3 spades on this board between Casely and Molly Mary. We also have a 5 of hearts and an ace of clubs, followed by a 10-4-7 of spades. Molly Mary will take that one down with 2 pair, 10s over 5s. And here we go. We got the button, also known as the dealer button. That's on Molly Mary. She's technically designated as the dealer. Blind bets go out to the players to the left. 10 is the small blind. 20 is the big blind. Double the small blind. Those are forced bets that are put upon those 2 players prior to any cards being dealt. Then as the turns go around, Leary Alice would have been next in line, also known as under the gun. She had the option to fold, call, or raise. And everybody did their little bit. Then 3 community cards come out, as you see, a 6, 6, 10, 6 and a 10 of spades, a 6 of clubs. Everybody can use these cards to make the best 5-card hand, a round of betting. And then another card comes out called the turn that you just saw, that 3 of clubs. Another round of betting comes about where Molly Mary goes 280 over to Godly, who will call it. And this is called the River of Tears, where a 5 of spades comes up. That is the final community card, which will give Molly Mary 2 pair with 6s over 5s. And that's how the no-limit hold'em format is played. No special fire trucks for Molly Mary on this broadcast. We talked to her after she was done with her little live stream broadcast down at the Lodge Poker Club in Austin, Texas. She said she hates fire trucks now. They can kiss her f***ing ass. And you can quote me on that. So there you go. We got a Jack Queen 9. Wow, we have a straight flush possible sitting out here. What do we got? And no flush at all. Split pot. We don't have the chop suey for tonight. Split pot of 5s. That's what's going on over there. So that's table 2 for you tonight. Over at the blessed table 1. Let's see what's taken off over here. We got Jam Rock and Roll, Boss, Millie, 4 King Ace Hole, Quadzilla, No Fold Frank, who does not live up to his name, and Biggie Large Fool, who does not live up to his name either. He's not big, he's not large. He's not really a fool either. Blind still at 10-20 for the next 2.5 minutes. As we will get into this next hand where everybody is kind of sitting about where they started at. We haven't gotten too far into it. Only about 8 minutes into the game so far. These games have a tendency now to last 2 to 3 hours. Especially this one because it is a grinder. Everybody kind of limping in until we got to Frank, who says 85. Millie will play along. Jammer. having a good think about that. He'll play along. Boss in the action. Well, Boss will get in there, and we will go on to the next round of betting with a King 4-6, rainbowed up, as it's called. We got 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 spade. That's your terminology for a rainbow flop. 1 of each suit. 85 from Frank. Millie calls it. Jammer's going to stay in. Boss says hell no. 5 of spades comes on the turn. That gives us 2 spades on this board so far. We've been asked, can the players use all 5 cards on that board? Yes, they can. That's known as the board playing. Here we have another 5 on the turn. Jam Rock and Roll will take that one. 2 pair kings over 5s. In No Limit Hold'em, you can use all 5 cards of the board. You can use 4 cards of the board. Or just 3. But you have to have the best 5-card hand in order to win the pot. Got Boss in the action here. 8 Queen Jack, Queen and a Jack of diamonds, whatever those are, and an 8 of spades. Millie goes for 20, going very conservative on the bet. King of spades comes. We now have 2 spades, 2 diamonds on the board, and another king. There's a king of clubs. And 20 apiece. Millie will take it with her 2 pair of kings over queens. And that's where we sit so far. With the Syndicate, game number 5 of the Dominion Run series, designed as a grinder. King Jack 5, Jack and a 5 of hearts, King of spades, 100 apiece. Millie checking it over to Jammer with a 7 of spades on the turn. Jammer will play along. Millie says no thank you. We will see a 9 of hearts on this river. And checks out Biggie. We'll take that one down. 2 pair of kings over 7s. Kings seem to be the hot button thing. Everybody kind of sitting about even with where they started with their 5,000 chip stack. Molly Mary currently in the lead with 975 over the beginning there. Jammer and Biggie adding a little bit more. Marta only, well, and the leaderboard just changed, so whatever I was saying is now absolute lies. That's where we're at. Take a peek at it. Just a Ghost, by the way, number 5. That's actually Freak Child, but he's just a ghost in this game. So if you guys are missing Freak Child, he's out there. Don't worry. This is the Dominion Run, played by the Syndicate at syndicatepokerclub.com. Wow, did that really Freudian slip out? Did I really do that? Wow. I'm just going to shut the fuck up. Try this again. Check out the Syndicate at syndicatepokerclub.com. You can find out more about the Syndicate's games, upcoming games, past games, all the series that have happened with the Syndicate, where they play for free, but they play for real. Player of the Year awards coming out pretty soon. The end of the year is coming up, and we got some game series that'll be coming up here pretty quick as we get into December that we'll tell you about here later on in the broadcast. So that'll be kind of fun for you all to find out about. And we will head over to table number 2 again. And let's see what kind of action's going on over there. With a 3, 7, and a 10 of diamonds, a 6 of hearts. Godly going a $1.25. Marta will play along. Ghost, also known as Freak Child, sitting in there as well. He will check it over to Godly, who's going 630. Marta's sticking in there. Freak Child gets out of the way. And Godly with the king high flush. Added on the turn. Everybody limping in at this point. And we got a king of spades, a 3 of clubs, a queen of diamonds. 40 goes Casely. Ghost will play along, so will Marta. 7 of spades comes. Casely goes a whole 40. And a 3 diamond, or 3 of hearts, whatever that red one is. Little limping action here. Nobody going big on this one. Marta with the final action. Casely will take it with a pair of kings. Ghost Boy is showing a queen. Blinds have gone up to 20-40. They will rise again here in about 5 minutes. Every 10 minutes, the blind bets will go up. Those are the forced bets that each player has to put in prior to any cards being dealt. So there we are. We're up to 20-40. Godly timing out here as we hang tight waiting for that. We're trying to get this audio issue figured out here. Is it there? There it is. Oh, that's better. Marta going for a big 11-20 here. Molly Mary scoffing at that a little bit. Got 2 clubs. We got a diamond, a heart, and a spade. Molly Mary will let that one go. Marta showing she only had a pair of aces. Wow. Strong play out on that one. Marta making the aggressive move and getting Molly Mary out of that one. Molly Mary saying she was kicked anyway, so it was a good fold. Beasley. Ghosty will play. Hopping over to Molly Mary, who will not limp in for the extra 20. Godly on the option. Godly can check and stick with the 40. She can raise it. Or fold, which would be a stupid move. 8-4-6. It is rainbowed with a spade, a club, and a heart. Now we got a 2 of diamonds comes out. Getting checked around so far. Leary Alice. The Genie Mermaid. And an 8 of diamonds comes out. Everybody checking around. Not really a strong board out there. Ghost will take that whole whopping 180 chip pot. The 2 pair 8s over 4s. Well, let's go see how the other half is doing over at table 1. While we do that, why don't we take a peek at our chipboard? The leaderboard from hell. Is it really? I don't know. Jam Rock and Roll sitting in first. Molly Mary sitting in second. Godly in third. Everybody's still sitting underneath that 6,000 mark. No big giant moves being made yet so far. Larry Alice in 10th. Ghost Marta and Quad taking up the bottom half that you can't see on the screen. Everybody going for 80 here, not Boss. Biggie Large will go. 379, 2 spades out there. 3 of spades and 9 of spades. Biggie Quad and Jammer all going for this one. Jack of Hearts out there, 40 apiece. Jammer checks out the 7 of clubs. Over to Biggie. Biggie goes for 100. Quads will go along with the ride. Jammer calls it and will go along with the ride, taking it down. And taking a nice little pot and finally getting over that 6,000 chip mark. Everybody limping in so far. Except for Jammer. Jammer got out of the way. Boss can limp in for an extra 20 here. Does not do that. Goes for $1.50 instead. Nobody's having fun with that one. Quad will play. Boss on the action here with a 2-5-3 on the board. Well, just a little tiny bet got Quad out of there. Pocket 8's a snowman for Boss. Pocket pair is always a strong way to start a hand in No Limit Hold'em, no matter what they are. It's just when those 3 cards come down on the flop as to how good they really are going to be. Lines have gone up to 30-60. Biggie Larch says we're not doing that. No freebies here, no cheapies, no limping in, no fold Frank in the action here for double the amount, going for 120, 60 to Millie to go. She will play. Jammer will play along as well. 2 kings on the flop, a king of spades, king of diamonds, a 7 of clubs. And that will take that hand down pretty easy and pretty quick. Biggie Large starting to get into the bully mode, as he's saying no freebies so far. 67th overall PokerNow ranking. He is 3rd overall syndicate-wise at the time of this broadcast. Series are getting ready to wrap up here pretty quick. Plus the Syndicate's face-off tournament is about to end up wrapping up here pretty quick with Vixen and Quadzilla, I believe, going heads up for the final showdown of the championship there. Every player played each other heads-up poker in a round robin, and then came around to a double elimination playoff after that proceeding. And everybody battled it out, but at the end, it was Quads, Biggie Large, and Vixen, who came down to the pretty much semifinals there. And Quads beat Biggie in the losers bracket to go against Vixen, who's sitting high atop a mountain right now in the heads-up competition. And there's a split pot with no chop suey in sight because we don't have that graphic tonight. And we don't want to go back to table 1. We need to go back to table 2. Thank you very much. That's quite a lot of help there. Just a Ghost will limp in for the extra 60. His blinds are at 30-60. Marta will play along with Leary Alice, as we have a 3-7-3 on the board. Everybody checking around for a free card on the turn. It's a 6 of spades. We now have 3 of a kind on the board there. Ghost will pop it up to $1.80. And just showing an ace kicker there for that one. So 60 apiece here to everybody to play at this point. Godley in the action. Marta now in the hot seat. Marta says, whoop, we're going up. 3-bet. And Just a Ghost, also known as Freak Child, will stick around for that one. Jack Deuce 5. 2 spades, 1 diamond. Jack and a 5 of spades. 225 from Marta. Freak Child will get out of the way of that one. Or Just a Ghost, as you can see him on your screen. We are off to a new hand. Leary Alice on the button. Molly Mary under the gun. Everybody will stay in and limp in at this point. Casely, Marta, and Freak Child. Casely going $1.80. Everybody sticking around for that one. Another king comes on the turn. Everybody checking it down now. Casely goes $1.20. Ghost says no thanks. Ooh, look at there. That was an ace-9, ace-8, ace-6. Wow. Aces were there. The kings were scary, though. But Freak Child and Marta both out-kicked on that one. Just a bit outside, as they say. Bob Uecker reference for those of you that give a shit. So there you go. I'm going to take a break on the mic, and we will be back in a moment. We got a half hour until the actual game break as Casely goes into this one with Molly Mary. Another classic Syndicate song. It is Folded to Full House.
I played it tight, like the books all say. Laid down queens just the other day. Did the math, felt real mature. Didn't trust that board, I was feeling sure. Then she showed Jack 5, hit a boat by fluke, and I died a little inside, sipping warm kombucha. I folded a full house, Lord help me now. Was trying to be wise, didn't want to kowtow. They're shoving with nothing, I'm playing it sound, and every bad player is taking me down. Next hand I flop trips, feeling the flow, then some dude insta jams like a TV show. I tank and fold, say nice hand, real kind. He flips over 6 high like he lost his mind. He says I had a blocker, then orders a Coke, and I question my career and all of my hopes. I folded a full house, I let it go. They shove with there and still steal the show. Every raid I make is painfully study the charts. I play like a pro, they're eating hot dogs and winning the dough. One guy said I don't even know how to play, then turned quads and skipped away. I'm dreaming of bingo, where the rules make sense, cause this table's a circus and I'm on the fence. I folded a full house, can't sleep at night. They're raising with Uno cards out of spite. I'm begging the dealer to just deal me out, while Chad goes all in with the mustard stain shout. So next time I see it, I might just call, even if the board's paired with 4 over cards and a flush draw.
Another good old Syndicate classic. Folded a full house. And it's all about true stories of poker, isn't it? Jam Rock and Roll taking another hand down right there. Chip stack's starting to get a little squirrely there. Things are starting to go up and down pretty quick over here on table 1. Blinds at 30-60. Biggie Large said no, and everybody else said no, and Biggie Large shows his Cowboys pocket kings. No full Frank doing a lot of folding tonight. We did get Frank taken care of and moved out of his parents' basement there. However, he's still not ranked on the Syndicate overall rankings yet, but he's getting there. They will be there soon. He's from Galveston, Texas. He's a mid-something. He likes 5-card Omaha, also known as Mitt, which is his notable poker accolade. That he is a seasoned Mitt player. He's won 2 series season games with the Syndicate so far. And his best season sit-and-go ranking with PokerNow.club's sit-and-go ranking system. He's made 11th as his best seeding. Syndicate, some of the PokerNow.club best tournament players. We see a 2 queen 6. That is a rainbow flop right there. Millie checks at the jammer, who checks at the boss. And quads will check it. Millie, with a 3 of clubs, comes down on the turn. We'll bring that back up here shortly. $80 all the way around. Ace 7-4 rainbowed here on table 1. 1 diamond, 2 clubs, a 7 and a 4 of clubs. $80 to go, says boss. Frank says okie dokie. Millie's getting out of the way. Jammer will play along. King of diamonds comes on that turn. And everybody will get the hell out of there as Jammer makes a bet. And they will pop off to the next hand. We're now at 40-80 for the blinds, for those of you that have just joined us. or haven't been paying attention. Jammer's on the button. Boss limps in for the extra 40. Biggie Large checks his option. 3 diamonds come out on that flop. 7, 8, ace. All diamonds. Now we have a jack of clubs comes out. Nine of hearts comes out on that river. $1.25 from Frank over to Boss. Boss says no thank you. Shows a king of diamonds. Frank will take it anyway. Boss sitting on the button. Biggie Large in the small blind with 40. No fold Frank with 80. Jam Rock and Roll says, no, we're doubling that up. Ace 3, 9, 2 clubs. Ace of clubs, 9 of clubs. 3 hearts. Jack of clubs comes on the turn. Jammer goes 80. And Boss gets out of there. King Jack. No flusharoo there, just a pair. $280 to go from Jammer. Biggie Large wanting to get the hell off the table, apparently. I think somebody needs to tell Biggie that the other table is not going to treat him very nice either. They're beating the shit out of each other over there, too. Larry Alice being the main culprit there. We will check on that too. Actually, while they're getting this hand started, let's go check on the hand that is getting started at table 2. Thank you. At table 2, where Casely's in the big blind. Ghost, also known as Freak Child, has folded out. Molly Mary has slipped offline. Over to Godly. Godly triples it up to $1.80. $3-8 king, rainbowed up with a heart club and a king of diamonds, whatever those are. King of Lucy's. Godly will get that one all done and over with. Molly Mary having connection issues. She was there a second ago. And she's back. And she's gone again. And she's back. And she's gone again. And she's back. Peekaboo, peekaboo. Oh, I just went to high school. Peekaboo. Ghost will call the raise from Larry Alice. We'll check it over and send it over. But that's about all he'll do, is Larry Alice's bet will take that one down. Blinds at 40-80. Freak Child, just a ghost, will not limp in for the extra 40. Molly Mary, either thinking about it or trying to think about staying online, one of the two. Molly Mary will stick around for this one. Jack, 7, and 5 diamonds. We got 2 clubs, 2 diamonds on that board. Molly Mary. We'll check it over to Lear. Another diamond comes on the river. Check around. Molly Mary will take it with two pair. Jacks over, is that eights? Jacks over eights. And another hand down. Molly Mary going up 240. Ghost will call in. 8-4 king. 4 and a king of spades. Now 6 of diamonds. Molly Mary will take that one down with another bet. 40-80 the blinds. The God lead Marta. Larry Alice under the gun folds. Casely folds. Ghost is out. Molly Mary now on the button will limp in for the 80. Godly for the extra 40. Marta will check the button, or check the option. If she checks the button, or that would be just ridiculous. How do you check the button? Well, I guess it would check around to you. Queen of diamonds comes on the turn. Still sitting at 2 tables of action. Molly Mary will take that one down. And take a quick peek at our leaderboard as it stands right now. Jammer is taking a big lead so far over the field with over 10,000 in chip. Leary Alice sitting here at table 2, not far behind at 91.75. And then Marta, Molly, Forking Ace Old, Casely, Frank. Pretty much everybody else sitting there is, that may not be the correct chip count. Give me 1 second here. No, that was close enough, I guess. Forking Ace-Hole, Leary Alice. Oh, see, Forking Ace-Hole did jump up there. So the 3 of them are sitting up there in the top ranks. Pretty much sitting about double what everybody else is at. Molly Mary, Marta, Casely, Biggie Large, all still sitting around their general chip stacks they started with. Godly rounding out the top 10. Quadzilla just a ghost. And, Boss did get knocked out. So Boss is out in 13th. After a dominating performance this weekend. Does not survive this game. Nine, 10 king, all diamonded up there. So sparkly. So sparkly. Everybody checks it over to Molly Mary. Little Miss Hollywood. Who, if you check out the Lodge Poker Club's live streams, you will see that on the Sethi Returns 20K, or was it, did it say 20K? Anyway, Sethi Returns for a cash game over at the Lodge Poker Club live streams on YouTube here. No, Ghost will take that one down with a pair of 9s. I was expecting to see somebody with a flush. Godly had it, but was not in the hand. Over to Casely, who's on the button. Casely going up 3. Those blinds are at 5,100 now. 8 ace 3. Rainbowed up. 300 from Casely to Marta. Marta goes up to 9. And Marta will take that, flopping 2 pair aces over 8s. The dead man's hand. We got about, we still got about 20 minutes till break. Game is normally feels a lot faster than it actually goes tonight. The slower blinds definitely make it feel like a longer game, but we're only about 43 minutes into this game so far. And we've already lost one player. Boss finishing out in 13th. 10 ace king. Rainbow to 10 of hearts, ace of clubs, king of diamonds. Molly Mary betting 600. Going over to Marta. And they will head off to another hand, as did table number 1, where Millie just caught a nice little straight win. She will continue playing in this game, limping around. Jam Rock and Roll sitting behind her. 93-95 from Jam Rock and Roll's stack, sitting there, whatever. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. And ace of clubs comes. 2 clubs on the board now. And a jack of diamonds. $5,100 for Biggie and No Fault Frank. Quad forking ace will getting the hell out of there. Millie will play along. Jammer will sit out this one. Action's on Biggie, who goes for 3. Frank, 3 to go, says no. Millie will play along for the extra 300. 4 clubs. On the turn, just 100 from Biggie over to Millie, who calls it. Ace of diamonds on the river. And we have a chop suey split pot. Get the soy sauce. Both of them with the 9. Forking ace will get out of the way of the 100 chip blind. So will Jammer. Biggie will play along. Frankie will limp on in. We have the big boys, No Fault Frank, quads, and Biggie Large going at this one with a 2 of diamonds on the turn. 100 from quads over to Biggie, who will play along. No Fault Frank. We'll get the hell out of there. 5 of spades comes up over to quad. Quadzilla says 300 to go for Biggie on this strange looking board. That'll be enough to get him out. Biggie Large folds down and lets it go. $50 to quad, 100 to forking ace while on the blinds. Millie plays along and limps in. So does Biggie Large. Frank says no. Quads will call the extra 50. And we will check the option. 9-4 deuce. Rainbowed up as everybody checks it around. 7 of spades comes on the turn. And another freebie with an 8 of spades comes on the river. They will check it around for free. Quadzilla will take that one down with a whopping pair of 7s that he gets on the turn. And that'll do that hand, and that will do me on the mic for about another, who knows how long. Probably right as we get into break. I will be back in just a moment. Another song for you all to enjoy. It is The Turn of Turmoil.
Aces tight, dreaming about the chips I'd stack tonight. But then the flop came friendly, the pot was mine to earn. But danger's always lurking, here comes the turn. It's the turn of turmoil, wrecking every plan, cracking pocket pairs like a sledgehammer slam. The river took the blame, but we all learned. The real heartbreaker's the card that burned. The little photorista bluffing with a fan. Turns out she's no lady, just a tricky man. Lord Farqueef's calling with a 7 deuce. Hits his miracle turn, sets his chaos loose. It's the turn of turmoil, the twist of fate, where the nuts go sour and the fish get great. PokerNow thought rivers were the dealer's crime, but the turn's been rigged the whole damn time. Dealer, that's impossible. There's no way he just hit that straight. This site's gotta be broken. Oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, oh wait. It's the turn of turmoil. The crowd goes wild, dreams turn dust, stacks get defiled. From Folderista's mast to Farqueef's smirk, on PokerNow the turn does all the work. It's the turn of turmoil, wrecking every plan, cracking pocket pairs like a sledgehammer slam. The river took the blame, but we all learned. The real heartbreaker's the card that burned.
Well, we're switching over to table 1 real quick and just showing you what happened while we were over at table 2. Miss Millie collecting a nice little tiny pot with a royal flush against Jam Rock and Roll. Where did she catch it? Oh, she didn't catch it on the turn, though, did she? Not sure. We would have to look back at the replayer on that, but we do want to celebrate that. Millie got a royal flush over on table 1. We missed it, but we'll let you know it happened. Sorry, Millie. Well, while we're here, I guess we'll just go ahead and call this hand. We got an ace, jack, 4, ace and 4 of clubs, a jack of hearts. Frank checks it over to quad. We'll check it over to Jam Rock and Roll, who will fold. Everybody's going to fold to the mighty Quadzilla. That's how Professor Chips talks, by the way. Yes. Here we are with 150 over the million. She calls 150 chips. As does Jam Rock and Roll. Biggie Large, right? See, he would never be able to keep up. Never. Never like that. Speed, speed, speed. You gotta talk fast. I can't even talk that fast. I can't even say the right words half the time. It is the Syndicate Poker Club's Dominion Run, game number 5, right here on YouTube. This is being broadcast to you absolutely 100% live, being played over at PokerNow.club, a free-to-play poker site with a free-to-play poker client where you can play any kind of poker you want for free. Well, as long as it's pot limit, Omaha, no limit, Hold'em, and pot limit, Omaha, high-low. Eventually, they'll get some new games in there. But PokerNow.club, where everybody plays for free, that's where the Syndicate Poker Club plays as they play the Dominion Run, the Grinder Series. On Mondays at 9 o'clock Eastern. Check your local listings. You can also check out the Syndicate Poker Club site at syndicatepokerclub.com for game times, and they will show up in your local time. That's what we mean by check your local listings. Blinds are up at 75, 150. And then a break will ensue here in about 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. And it's $1.50 from Biggie. We'll play along. Quadzilla and Forking Ace will get out of the way. Millie on the option. We'll check it. 2, 8, 9. 8, 9 of spades. 2 of clubs. Millie checks it over to Biggie. Biggie will bet $1.50. Millie will play along. $1.50 from Millie over to Biggie this time. And that'll be enough to get him out of there with the Jack of clubs on that river, or that turn, excuse me. That turn of turmoil. Biggie Large popping it up to 300. Jammer popping it up over the top on that for another $1.50. Biggie Large will play along, so will Frank. 7-5-4. 7-5 of spades, 4 of clubs. $14.25. Jammer going big. Over to Biggie. Jammer has bet the pot. Biggie having a good long think about this one, rightfully so. He'll head out, so will Frank. Ooh, could have been on a flush draw. Only a pair of pocket nines from Jammer. But that was a little bit too big of a bet, I think, even for the most seasoned player to be chasing a spade draw on that one. $1.50 to go for Frank, who's still debating on whether he's going to move back into Mom's basement. Working Ace-Hole, we haven't seen much of him tonight. He's just kind of limping around, but at least when we've been on the table. But he's still sitting up there about $9,000 in chips. Checked around to Millie, who will limp it in and give a free river for 4 of spades. Well worth the money you paid for it. $1.50 from Frank. And Frankie will take that with a pocket pair of fives in his hand. Everybody getting out of the way of this one. Biggie Large for an extra 75. He says, no, we're going to go a little bit more than that. That'll be enough to get Frank out of there, and we will see no action on that hand. Forking ace hole under the gun on this one. $1.50 to go. Forking ace hole. Currently sitting Syndicate's overall first. Won the Secret Bounty Series a couple months ago. The first Bounty Series that the Syndicate played. Hails out of Los Angeles. Loves Omaha High. Or Pot Limit Omaha. Has also finished first in the PokerNow sit-and-go seasons. Currently up to 9 series games won with the Syndicate. And just took that hand down with his pocket 7 sitting there. As we are reaching pretty much the last hand of this blind round, as we will get ready to go into a break. As we got a little bit of action going on both tables. And Casely will take the hand over at table 2. They will head off to break now. And Forking Ace will take a 900 chip pot with a pair of 6s over there on table 1. And with that, we are on break, ladies and gentlemen, with the Syndicate's Dominion Run No Limit Hold'em Grinder Series, game number 5 of an 8-game qualifier. Top competitors will compete in a final table at the end of this qualifying series. 3 games to go after this, but we still got a lot more poker to play on this game. We will be right back after these messages. We'll be right back.
Oh, you put locks on the lockers, cameras in the hall, trip wires on the bar, guards standing tall. But Syndicate darlings, let's be crystal clear. If I wanted back in, I was always here. Change the locks, watch the door, but you know there's always one thing more. Catch me if you can, round 2, same rules. The game's not poker, it's making you look like fools. No bluff, no bet, I don't even need luck, just a glitter grin and a klepto strut. Catch me if you can, this chase is not done. You never had a prayer, I've already won. This isn't theft, it's performance, friends, and your guard will drop when chase ascends.
In the room, all eyes down low, cards on the table but the power don't show. Whispers in the dark, deals in the shade, build from the fire, now the city's afraid. We don't bluff, we make the game, every move sparks fear and fame. From the forge to the peak we grind, mess with the best, get left behind. Yeah, the Syndicate runs this town, from the underground up we hold the crown. Stacking chips while they chase the fame, we write the rules, they just play the game. The Syndicate runs this town, don't forget the name. clatter of chips. That's not luck. That's legacy. The Syndicate, cold blood, no doubt. We run this town, now fade out. The Syndicate, cold blood, no doubt. We run this town, now fade out. The Syndicate, cold blood, no doubt. We run this town, now fade out. The Syndicate, cold blood, no doubt. We run this town, now fade out. Yeah, the Syndicate runs this town. From the underground up, we hold the crown. Stacking chips while they chase the fame. We write the rules, they just play the game. The Syndicate runs this town. Don't forget the name.
And we are back just in time to shuffle up and deal after the break. Blinds are up. It is the Syndicate Poker Club's Dominion Run. Game number 5. As you saw in the ads, Chase is coming back, wreaking havoc with the Syndicate, sealing everything that's not nailed down, and in some cases, stealing that too. Syndicate players will resume their chase on October 29th. Everybody back from break, getting the action rolling. As we will check in on, where shall we go? Let's go to table 2. And we'll start off over here for this portion of this section. Another break in another hour. We'll see if we make it there. Blinds are up to 100, 200 as we've gotten back from break. 5, king, 10, and an ace. A king, ace of clubs, 10 of spades, a 5 of hearts out there on that board. Godly will take that one down. Current chip leads. 4, king, ace hole sitting in first. Marta in second. Quads coming back in third. Larry Alice sitting fourth. Jam Rock and Roll, who was sitting at the top for a while, now sitting about midfield at fifth. And Molly, about 1,100 up from start stack of 5,000. And then Frank Milley, Just a Ghost, and Godly, rounding out the bottom part of the top 10. And then Biggie Large sitting in 11th. Casely in 12th. Godly going with an all-in pre-flop of over $3,000. Molly Mary, the only one to call. Pocket Kings over a 10 ace. This could be a flip. Not with that. King comes on the flop for trips for Godly. And the jack was about the only thing that would have helped Molly Mary on that one. Godly will take that one down, doubling up and a little bit more for the full house, as it turns out, with the 6 on the river. Taking a stack away from Molly Mary. Calling her Miss Hollywood in the Syndicate because of her live stream debut on this past Friday. Molly Mary actually enjoys playing Pineapple the most. Comes out of California, 33 years old. Won this PokerNow Sethi 20K free roll, one of the flights to get into that live stream game she was in. She's won 2, well actually as of yesterday, 3 series games with the Syndicate. And her best season sit and go ranking with PokerNow.club, 28. And Just a Ghost will take a little hand there. Godly. As things heat up, Casely going all in. Ghost calling that one. Molly will pop in there. This could be a triple up and a little bit more for Casely. Still have Godly and Marta to go on this one. Godly's out of there. Marta says no. Ace, Jack, Deuce. Ghost will bet 1985, taking Molly Mary all in. Not really sticking with tradition. Oh, and Casey with a Jack 10 out kicking Just a Ghost, a.k.a. Freak Child, who catches the flush on the river. And just like that, that changed the game. Casely will make an exit in 12th of this grinder series. $200 to go on this one as everybody limps in except Marta, and Ghost will stay out of this one. $700 from Lear to Molly, who will not go. Godly with 229 on the board will not stick around with pocket fives. Leary Ellis with a 9. Have a higher two pair right off the bat there. Lines at 100, 200, Leary Ellis and Ghost. And Ghost will take that with no effort. And decent cards to boot. And that's where we sit with table 2. Let's go check back in with table 1 and see what the fuck's going on over there. Biggie Large and Jammer still beating the shit out of each other. $100 to Jammer, $200 to Biggie on the blinds, Millie on the button. Jammer to limp in for an extra 100. Says no. Biggie Large taking that down with no effort. Blinds will start going up a little faster than we saw in the previous rounds right before the break. We'll be going up, I believe, 100, 200, or 100, 200 every blind from here on out. We are actually going to pop out for a second, just take a peek over here at table 2. Molly Mary surviving an all-in with a pair of queens as they go back into another hand. Back over to table 1 here. 3 clubs on the board, but no flush to be seen. A pair of 6s will take that one down for Millie with a 500 chip pot. Biggie Large on the button. Frankie 100, 200 to quad. Working ace hole will call under the gun. Limp in from Frank, and quads on the option. Checks it out. 6-9 king. That is rainbowed up. Jammer going for a grand. Working ace hole will say, we ain't doing that shit tonight. Checks over to Jammer with the 2 of spades on the turn. Down to 200 on the bet. And a 3 of clubs. Jam rock and roll with the trip kings. Having the pocket cowboys on that one. That's where we sit there. Let's go check. Whoop. We keep doing this. What's going on there? Our graphics department is having problems. Okay. We are back over at table 2. 6-10-3. 2 hearts on the board with Godly, Marta, and Leary Alice all in the hand here. Leary Alice and Godley, actually the original trendsetters of the Syndicate with their pink and blue hairstyles and their avatars. Nine of Hearts, Ace of Hearts, and a Queen of Clubs comes on the flop. Checked over to Marta. Marta going 700. Leary Alice getting out of the way of that one. Marta not showing off what was underneath those two cards there. Leary Alice likes Hold'em, comes out of Europe. Best sit and go season, 13th overall. Has won 3 series games with the Syndicate and is a Syndicate 9th overall ranking so far. However, did win the very first final table with the Syndicate Poker Club with the Summer Series 2025 Summer Championship and won herself a nice little bracelet, an actual bracelet, not just a title, an actual bracelet. One day that'll get shipped over to Europe. When that will be, nobody knows. Anyway, that's your player Leary Alice with the Syndicate Poker Club. Playing the Dominion run on PokerNow.club. 9-5-3. 9-5 of diamonds, 3 of hearts. Marta, Molly Mary. Well, they were going to go at it, but not so much anymore. Blinds are up to $125, $250. So I was a little bit wrong on the blind structures. They're not rising quickly yet. Everybody limping in with a 2 King Jack on this one, rainbowed up. Everybody checking this one down. 4 Spades comes up. Molly Mary on the action. Godley going 250. Freakchild getting out of that one. Molly Mary to call. No thank you, she says. And we will move on to yet another Syndicate hand. No Limit Hold'em is the game of choice for this series. Designed as a grinder. Who is the Syndicate Poker Club? Well, if you want to find out who the Syndicate Poker Club is, go to syndicatepokerclub.com. Find out all about them. The opening stories of the history of the Syndicate, as well as games, rosters, point boards, leaderboards, current stats, game times, schedules, calendars, how to join the Syndicate even, and where you also can play some free poker at PokerNow.club. As we head back over to table 2. Leary Alice on the big blind at 250. Molly Mary will limp in. Godley now with the action on her. Heads out of there. Marta will play along. Leary Alice on the option will check. 3-8-6. 8-6 of clubs, 3 of diamonds. Checked up. Now have 4 diamonds. Checked around so far. Leary Alice checks it over to Molly. And another free card on the river, a Jack of Hearts. Molly Mary will go 250. As Marta and Leary Alice say, we're out of here. Whatever you had was good enough for us. Godley, hailing out of D.C., 20 years of age, has no notable poker accolade yet, except one that's missing from the screen there that I just realized. Godley actually took down the Weekend Warrior Series 1, with the Syndicate back this summer. Best Sit and Go ranking 36 has won, I believe, more than 3 series games. Those stats may not be correct for her. We'll have to figure out what's going on with her stats because her little icon missing for the Warrior Series. Godley did win the Weekend Warrior Series, which was just standard no-limit hold'em. The Syndicate currently running, however, the Weekend Warrior 2, all mixed up, which is a mixed format game. You can find out more information about that if you go to the website, syndicatepokerclub.com. Or don't. Be out of the loop. And when people tell you all about the Syndicate Poker Club, you'll be like, what? I still don't know who the hell that is. Does this matter? Probably not. Molly Mary going all in pre-flop here at 24-20. Excuse me. Godly. Wanting to call, but does not. Lays it down to Queen 3. Have no idea what Molly Mary had. Whatever it was worth going all in for, apparently. So there we are. That's what's going on table 2. Let's head back over to table 1, where we got a big old stack of players. Two queen, a diamonds, 3 of spades. On this flop with forking ace hole. Calling 250 from no fold Frank's 250 bet. Millie will stay in the hand with an ace of spades, 250 from Frank, 250 from King. Millie now in the action, calls it and goes for a 9 of clubs on that river. And forking ace will take that one down with a pair of aces. Nice little chunk of pot right there. That sounds weird. There's a nice little chunk of pot for you. Queen ace 8, queen ace of spades, or hearts. Ace of clubs. An 8 of diamonds, 250 from quad. Jammer will play along. 3 of clubs on the river, check by quad. And Jammer with another pocket pair, this time jacks. Jacks, the Syndicate's nemesis pocket pair. Almost always gets beat out. But they survive this time. The curse may be over. We will take a peek at our chip stacks as they are on the leaderboard. Jammer sitting in first, Marta up in second, Leary Alice third. Forking ace hole rounding out fourth, Quadzilla fifth. Godzilla, Millie, no fold Frank still in the 3,000s. Just a Ghost down to 25, also known as Freak Child. Molly Mary down to 2170. And then off screen is Biggie Large, sitting with just that 795 that you see as the short stack currently in 11th place. Casely going out in 12th. Boss going out first and 13th. As these guys will see a 7 of spades to round out the spades on that board. Working ace will take that one just with another pair of aces. Much ado about nothing over at table 1. Heading back over to table 2. 6, 7, 8. An ace and a queen. Godly will take that one down. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. $250 to go for everybody. Molly Mary will sit this one out. King Queen of clubs and a 10 of diamonds. Everybody checking around. Godly will go for 1,000. Everybody's sticking around. Larry Alice and Ghost are staying in this one. Got a jack of hearts. Everybody checking the river card for free, getting a 7 of hearts out there. And Godly will take that one with 2 pair of queens over 10s. Molly Mary over to Godly. 250 to go. Marta will stick around. Three of diamonds, ace of hearts, 5 of hearts. Being checked around. Another ace comes on the turn. Ghost will go for a 250 minimum bet off the Leary Alice. Who will fold it out. Ghost showing he had nothing. And Molly Mary taking that one down with no effort. Ghost, a.k.a. Freak Child on the button. Molly Mary in small blind, 150, 300 over to Godly. Leary Alice going big time. Going to 3-bet on that one, 900. 7-5 Jack, rainbowed up, a heart, a spade, and a diamond. Leary Alice taking Ghost all in. Ghost with the ace-3 suited, ace-queen for Leary Alice. And this will pretty much do Ghost in. Catching the 2 pair, but Leary Alice's 2 pair is much better with the queen kicker. Ghost almost saved by the river. So that will do Ghost in for 11th place. And then there were 10. And when there's one more down, we'll go down to 1 table. The players will probably shift, depending on what goes on, over at table 1. Where our chip stacks sit right now. Biggie Large still sitting as the low stack. And the tables did just rebalance. Who got sent over to table 2 there real quick? Let's take a peek. Jammer got sent over to table 2, but Molly Mary's going all in 1895. Let's see what happens here. We'll just stick here before we go back over to table 1. Leary Alice out of there. And Jammer will get out of there, and Molly Mary will take that one down as we head back over to table 1. Biggie Large surviving his all-in with a full boat, kings over jacks with kings on the board. So that will give Biggie a little bit of breathing room with that one. Sitting just over 7, what is that, about 740 total chips in his stack, including his blind bet here. Quad's going up to 600, though. Biggie will get out of there. Frank says no. Quadzilla says thank you very much. And with our blinds at 150, 300, the blinds will start going up pretty quick here as we are rounding out into halfway through the second hour of the Dominion, game number 5, the Grinder. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you give a shit. The Syndicate, playing for real. Playing for free, but playing for real. Just because it's free poker doesn't mean you can just goof off all the time. Sometimes if you play it for real, you learn how to play better when you are playing for money. But that is not the case here. They are playing for absolute free, no buy-ins, no cash, no nothing. Just free poker and accolades galore. And nifty bracelets and shit like that. Check out some of our older broadcasts here on YouTube. Subscribe, hit that bell, email somebody, whatever you want to do, whatever it is you're supposed to do here on YouTube. And get alerted when we come back with even more broadcasts, especially when we bring Chase back on. That's always a fun series to watch for everybody. And a lot of action going on over at the other table. Just saw Larry Alice bump the first, and then Jam Rock and Roll just took it back over on the leaderboard. 6 Jack Queen. Millie, who just recently had a royal flush. Jack Queen 10. Could be a straight out there. 6 of hearts. Board is completely rainbowed, one of each suit. 300 from Frank to go. And Biggie will stick in to see the 3 of clubs come out. Hope it was worth it. I don't know if a 3 of clubs is worth that many chips, but hey, some people might think so. You never know. No Fold Frank says 525, and Biggie says, I'm not going to play with you anymore. We are not friends. And that will do it for that hand. Molly Mary making a comeback over here at table 2. Table 2, I said. Back up to 5140. Taking some chips down from a little bit of everybody at this point. As we have 4 deuce of clubs and a 9 of spades, and we will not see much more than that. Jammer's still sitting over the 10 grand mark. Godley will take that one down with no effort. As everybody kind of gets a little squirrely and tight now, as the blinds start getting a little bit bigger, they're kind of holding on to their money. Well, not holding on to their money. Holding on to their chips. We must be very, very clear on that. They're just holding on to chips. Ace of clubs, 7, and queen of spades. King of diamonds on that free card. Marta going to do what? 450. Leary Alice will play along. Godley's out of there. Marta and Leary Alice will get chop suey on that one. Marta, the ninja. Best season sit and go poker ranking 17th. Has won 4 series games with the Syndicate. 5th overall. No notable poker accolades. We do not know the age. We do not know the hometown. The only other thing that we do know about Marta is Marta likes Hold'em. Marta, the secret ninja, actually just recently took 12th in a huge free roll with PokerNow. Well, not huge, but for PokerNow, it's huge. But outlasting everybody except for 12 other players, or 11 other players. In the Ash Returns free roll or something like that. No idea what the hell that means. Don't really care. The Syndicate's much better than the PokerNow free rolls. Why is that? I don't know. Syndicate may be hosting an open house again here very soon. The doors will open and anybody can take on the Syndicate. Syndicate open house. You can check out those live streams that were broadcast here on YouTube as well. You click the subscribe and like and all that good stuff. Marta taking that one down, ninja-ing up, and there we go. We just lost I believe we just lost Biggie right there, as we will pop down to one table. Everybody's moved over to table 2 now, which will become the final table. As these guys will finish it out and everybody else will join in. Biggie Large taking out 10th. We were not able to get an eye on that all in. But that's okay, because this is where we're at now. Molly Mary saying, welcome to the party, as we have one full table. Check our chip stacks where we're at. Forking Ace Hole now sitting in the major lead with 13,870. Leary Alice down there in the $9,000 mark. In second, Godley's taking up third. Marta fourth. Jammers in fifth. Millie, Molly, and Quad all sitting about even for where they started from, though they've been swinging up and down throughout the entire tournament. No Fold Frank sitting in ninth as the short stack currently, with Marta taking this hand down with her Pocket Rocket, Pocket Aces. And that's how they will play that one. And we will have another break coming up here in about, 25 minutes, I believe. We'll see how long this field lasts. With blinds going up a little bit quicker here, they will be going up to 175, 350. Had to double check my math there for a second. 175, 350 on this next blind rise. And I will take a break from the mic. Enjoy the game. And you too can check out PokerNow.club. Free poker for everybody.
tale of a wild new crew that started on a gaming trip with chaos breaking through. Freakchild was the fearless lead, 4K brought the style. Vixen's moves were sharp and smooth, they played for quite a while. The weather started getting rough, the server lost its chill. If not for the code of the Syndicate, they crash against their will. Syndicate Island, they were born in the game. Built this world from code and grit. Will you roll with us? You just can't quit. Legends rise and no one hides. Loyalty's our battle cry. We don't run, we don't fold. Syndicate, we break the mold. Now this is where the fun begins with gadgets, loot, and flair. They built a base from winning dreams with style and savage care. Molly Mary made the potions pop, Obi cracked the code. Millie mined the deepest caves and Jammy overloads. With Casely's ace in the hole, Lyriella's dance with magic light, Goddess ruled the skies. Biggie brought the thunder down while Boss just improvised. Miss Martinez and mesmerized. 4King Ace Hole rolled the dice, and Marta led the charge. The Syndicate held nothing back, their legends living large. On this wild and wicked, strange and twisted, epic, bonded Syndicate Island. Legends rise and no one hides. Loyalty's our battle cry. We don't run, we don't fold. Syndicate, we break the mold. Now this is where the fun begins with gadgets, loot, and flair. They built a base from winning dreams with style and savage care. Legends rise and no one hides. Loyalty's our battle cry. We don't run, we don't fold. Syndicate, we break the mold. Now this is where the fun begins with gadgets, loot, and flair. They built a base from winning dreams with style and savage care.
Well, while we were listening to that, Molly Mary's out of here, blaming running errands and wifey duties on why she lost. Poker players and their excuses. It's so silly. Anyway, the Syndicate Dominion Run game number 5 live, being played over at PokerNow.club, a free poker client, poker site, whatever you want to call it. The Syndicate Poker Club plays for free, but plays for real. You don't see a lot of free poker games going on this long, do you? Coming up on the close of almost 2 hours of game number 5 here. We are on the final table, down to our last competitors. Molly Mary heading out in 9th place. Larry Alice and Marta going at this one. Ninja versus the Genie Mermaid. And Larry Alice takes the call, takes the bait. Full house Marta, kings over nines. And Marta will take a big lead over some of the other players sitting there. take a peek at where everybody actually is sitting at. Marta is in first. Four king ace holes in second. Godley down in third. Millie sitting fourth. Jammer still hesitating right there at the starting line, along with Larry Alice now after taking that hit. No fold Frank. Quadzilla now down at the short stack level, sitting in 8th place right now. That's where everybody is at. We got some hearts on the board. Got a 7-5 queen of hearts, a 9 of clubs. 4 king ace hole in the action. We'll check it over to Marta, who will check it, and Leary Alice getting a free jack to look at and decide what to do with. 1050 paying for this card now. Leary Alice will take that one down. Quadzilla loves some Hold'em. Who's shitting? Man, I am just full of them tonight. Who is sitting as the short stack right now, has won one series game so far. Best season sit and go ranking has been third with PokerNow.club. Notable poker accolades, stayed online during one whole poker game the entire way through. Currently sits 16th overall with the Syndicate. 48 years of age, comes out of the United States. And actually has a updated profile picture. If you check the Syndicate website at syndicatepokerclub.com, you'll read all about his other extra stats and information in his player profile. Every player has their player profile over on the Syndicate website. Scary to look at, but interesting to read. And soon to be released to the public, the Syndicate Chronicles, the entire full lore of the Syndicate Poker Club as it stands now. The Syndicate full of stories. Every game series has a story, all of its own. Take the truth and reality and turn it into entertainment at the same time. Frank Millie and Marta going at this one with 2 sevens on the board. A big old straight sitting out there somewhere. Marta says she's got one. And there it is. Jack high straight. Blinds sitting at 200, 400. Godley's going up a little bit more to 8. 8 to go for Leary Alice now. Frank will go. Millie says no, and no extra 400 from Quad. Ace King 10, rainbowed up, a heart, a spade, and a diamond. 700 from Frank. Godley will fold. King Jack, mid pair, and a draw for Frank on that one. $200 to go for Quadzilla to stay in this one. Quadzilla says, no, we're going to go for it. Punts it out at 1770. Pre-flop, all in. Over to Jammer. 3 other players in the hand besides Quadzilla. Could get a double up, a triple up, even a quads up. Not going to get the quads up, though. Marta will go. This could be a double up. Big Slick versus 10 Queen. Pre-flop. Flop comes down 9-9 deuce. Rainbowed up. And that Queen just hurt Quadzilla's chances, and the 10 comes to give Marta 2 pair on the river, knocking Quad out as the Big Slick punt does not get any traction whatsoever on that one. Quadzilla will get taken out, in 8th place shortly before the second break of the game, giving Marta now a commanding lead here in game number 5 of the Dominion run. Tomorrow morning, or tomorrow night, depending on what part of the world you're in, at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Syndicate will be playing the Accord No Limit Hold'em. Whole different batch of players on that one. Some of the same familiar faces and some of them that are not seen on the U.S. evening games. Larry Ellis going up $2,000 on this one. Jammer will stroke his beard and fold on that one. 200. Where Godley will sit and donate to the pot. Marta checking the 7-9-5. 7-5 of clubs, 9 of hearts on the flop. Once again, the Ninja versus the Genie Mermaid. 10 of diamonds comes on the river. And Big Slick over Ace Queen. And Larry Alice will take some chips there to add to the stack and stay in a decent part of the game. Got one more blind level to go, I believe. Yep, one more blind level to go before we go into another break. The blinds will go up to 250, 500 here in about 3.5 minutes. 1,000 to go, says Jammer. 9-7. Working ace hole. Check it down. Free King of Hearts comes on the turn. 400 from King. And Ace of Spades. 3,800 to go. Almost all of Jammer's stack here. All but about 1,035 short. Jammer is predicting aces. Or says he has aces, one of the two. Folds it out. Pocket nines, trip nines on the flop for Acer. And Big Slick for Jammer on that one. What a hand. Monster fold. Working Azel will check his option. We got Big Slick on the board now on the flop. Ace King of Hearts, 3 of clubs, 400 to go over to Working Azel, who'll get out of there. 400 apiece for Marta and Jammer. 10 of spades. Check to go, free car or free C on the showdown. Marta will take that one down with a pair of aces. While everybody gets ready to get into this hand, we will announce officially the Syndicate Ascendancy 2025 coming in December. 21 days straight through. Every game is part of the series, no matter what time of day, what series it is, what version it is, what game variant it is. Everything counts towards the Ascendancy to finish out the year with the Syndicate. Ascendancy 2025. Check out the Syndicate website for more information on that as it comes soon. SyndicatePokerClub.com. $200, $400 on the blinds just for probably this hand. Got only 10 seconds left. I don't think they're going to finish this hand before, well, at 2,000 they might just squeeze this one in. Nope, does not look like it. Oh, maybe. No, they didn't make it. Just missed it. Blinds are up 250-500 in this last 10 minutes before another break, which will mark the 2-hour mark of this game that only started with 13 players. But a lot of points for first place. A sliding point system. All the players get points on a leaderboard. And then the top competitors, whether it be 50% or top 8, depending on how many entries there are throughout the entire series, end up playing for the final table and then eventually be crowned the number 1 champion of the series. Godley and Lyrialis both having bracelets. Godley with the Warrior Series, Lyrialis with the first ever Summer Series. Working Azul actually took the Secret Bounty, so he has a title under his belt with the Syndicate as well. 1,500 was 1,000 to go for Godley. Marty with Pocket Queens. Marty works too, I guess. I don't know. Hello, McFly. 1,000 to go, says Frank. So he will bet almost half of his chip stack here that he's got left. Makes it $750 to go to Godley. And Marta will call the extra 5 on this one. King 9-4, 2 diamonds. King 4 of diamonds, all in from Frank. And Marta will duck out on that one. Working Azul under the gun. Will not play. Millie's out. Jammer. Will stay in. Action went to Godley. She will get out. 3-way action with Jammer, Marta, and Lyrialis. 3-10 deuce. 3 spades. 10 of diamonds. A deuce of clubs. And in 7 minutes, everybody can go take a deuce if they need to. We'll be on a 5-minute break. Bot sitting at 1,500 over to Jammer. So far, a free card for the turn. And it will be a 3 of diamonds for free. Not anymore. 1,000 to go, says Lyrialis. And nobody wants to play. Millie folding out. Jammer. We've been saying that name quite a bit this evening. Bumps it up to 1,000. Marta's playing in. Lyrialis out of there. Working Azul for an extra 5. And he will go. 2 9 of clubs and a 4 of diamonds on the flop. And that 500 will be enough for Jammer to take that hand down. Jam Rock and Roll coming out of Australia, 68 years old. Best PokerNow.club's sit-and-go season rank, 44th. He has won 1 series game. I don't think that's right, but that might be. 1 series game with the Syndicate. Once got quad aces at the Flamingo. Currently sits 14th overall with the Syndicate. And the overall protector of Millie, who sits over there with her pink hearts on her nameplate. And currently sits in the big blind at 500. 250 on Frank for the small blind. Working Azul on the button. They will all get out of there. Larry Alice, King, and Godly. Frank will limp in. Millie will check the option. 5 of clubs, King of hearts, 8 of spades. And now a queen of clubs for free comes. And a 10 of diamonds. $11.25 to go. Millie's out and Marta's out. Frank will take some extra chips with a straight on that one. Millie, who we just mentioned, also hails from Australia. 27. Plays a lot of Hold'em as well. 30th best sit-and-go season ranking at PokerNow.club. Also has won one series game. I think that's wrong. I think she's got a second one under her belt finally. Lots of royal flushes, which she actually had one tonight. She will be known as the Queen of Royal Flushes. Millie, who sits in 15th in the Syndicate overall ranking system currently. But all that will change as these series come to a close here very quickly. Everybody will be shifting around, especially with some of our new players that are over on some of the other game series that are out there that the Syndicate plays. You can check all of those out at syndicatepokerclub.com. What we got left at the table? I think everybody's out. Well, that's about it. That's all we got for player profiles for the rest of the night. $250,500 are the blinds still for another 3 minutes, and then we will be headed into another break. It looks like we will make it there before the end of the game. The Dominion Run, a grinder series, built for endurance. As everybody checks around to get a free 4 of diamonds on the turn. Working ace hole bets the pot $22.50. Nobody wants to see another card for that price. $500 to go for Jammer, who says nope, 15 more. We'll go up to $2,000. And that'll be enough to get everybody out of there. 4, King Ace hole, shows his pocket 4s. He sure could have used a 4 King Ace on the flop if it would have came out. That has happened. In a hand he was in, by the way. Jammer. Nope. Godly. Nope. Marta. Says we're going more, and everybody else says they don't want to.
Don't you guys ever play nice?
Not around here, goddammit. We all play that there no limit hold'em poker. What we got here is strength in numbers. My number is 500.
God, he's doing voices again. Ace, 8, 3. It is rainbowed up. 8 of spades, ace of hearts, 3 of diamonds. But it doesn't matter because Jammer will take that one down with a tiny little bet. Marta going 15. Starting to see some pre-flop raises as we get ready to go into this break here in about 30 seconds. See how many hands get crammed in here. Right, just about one more depending on how it goes. 10 King spades from Marta. Well worth the raise. 250, 500 million Jammer in the blinds. Frank on the button. Godly under the gun here. Godley could be falling asleep at the wheel. Godley hailing out of Washington, D.C. Millie will limp in the extra, and we will see a 3-3-5. Millie now in the action. On the action, whatever you want to say. Everybody looking for a free card on the turn. It's a Queen of Hearts. And everybody heading into the river. The Ace of Spades comes for free. Millie says 500 to go if you want to see a break. Working Ace all said he would. And Millie has another straight flush. Holy moly, mother of pearl. Full of straight flushes, royal or not. My goodness. Somebody's getting the cards. Syndicate Poker Club Dominion Run, game number 5. We shall return momentarily right here.
Oh, you put locks on the lockers, cameras in the hall. Trip wires on the bar, guards standing tall. But Syndicate darlings, let's be crystal clear. If I wanted back in, I was always here. Change the locks, watch the door, but you know there's always one thing more. Catch me if you can, round 2, same rules. The game's not poker, it's making you look like fools. No bluff, no bet, I don't even need luck. Just a glitter grin and a klepto strut. Catch me if you can, this chase is not done. You never had a prayer, I've already won. This isn't theft, it's performance, friends, and your guard will drop when chase ascends.
Step in the room, all eyes down low. Cards on the table, but the power don't show. Whispers in the dark, deals in the shade. Build from the fire, now the city's afraid. We don't bluff, we make the game. Every move sparks fear and fame. From the forge to the peak we grind. Mess with the best, get left behind. Yeah, the Syndicate runs this town. From the underground up we hold the crown. Stacking chips while they chase the fame. We write the rules, they just play the game. The Syndicate runs this town. Don't forget the name. You hear the clatter of chips? That's not luck. That's legacy. The Syndicate, cold blood, no doubt. We run this town, now fade out. The Syndicate, cold blood, no doubt. We run this town, now fade out. The Syndicate, cold blood, no doubt. We run this town, now fade out. The Syndicate, cold blood, no doubt. We run this town now, fade out. Yeah, the Syndicate runs this town. From the underground up we hold the crown. Stacking chips while they chase the fame. We write the rules, they just play the game. The Syndicate runs this town. Don't forget forget the name.
Well, the Syndicate Poker Club playing at PokerNow.club. You can check out the Syndicate at SyndicatePokerClub.com. Player profiles, game series, stats, leaderboards, all that good junk. Everything that is Syndicate Poker. SyndicatePoker.com. SyndicatePokerClub.com, pardon me. Anyway, we are back table 2, which is actually the final table of our final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. No Fault Frank, Millie, Jammer, Godly, Marta, Leary Alice, Forking Ace Hole, who's on the action. With a 4-10 Jack 4, 2 4s, and now a 6 of clubs comes on the river. 2 pair Jacks over 4s for Forking Ace Hole to take that one down. Taking some chips away from the Jam Rock and Roll. Current leaderboard sitting with Marta in first, Forking Ace Hole in second, Leary Alice sitting third, Godly fourth. Millie, Jammer, and Frank rounding out the bottom part, still with some decent amount of chips to do some decent damage. Quadzilla going out in 8th, Molly Mary in 9th, Biggie Large in 10th, Freak Child in 11th, Paisley went out in 12th, Boss went out first and 13th. This is the Dominion Run, game number 5 of an 8-game qualifier series. After 8 games of qualifying, the top competitors will play in one final table to crown the winner of the Dominion Run. Deuce 10, Jack Deuce, Jack Deuce of spades, a 10 of diamonds, a deuce of hearts. Doyle Brunson loving this hand right about now. And a 3 of hearts comes out with 1,800 chips in the pot. Syndicate Poker Club playing free poker at PokerNow.club. Playing for free, but playing for real. Godly will take that one down with the deuces and 3s, queen kicker, supposedly. I don't think that had anything to do with it. 300, 600 are the blinds as we have come back from break. And they will start going up incrementally, 100, 200 every blind, every 10 minutes. Marta says 18 to go. That'll triple up the big blind from Leary Alice. Ace, Jack, Deuce, 2 hearts. Ace, Jack, Deuce of diamonds. 18 to go for Marta. Leary Alice making the bet. Marta says more. Doubles that one up. Leary Alice, we'll call that one. 4 of spades comes out. Figured if Leary Alice was going to call that, would have ended up going all in, but apparently not. 1,200 from Marta. Marta goading Leary Alice into this one, you can tell. And a queen of diamonds comes out. I'll kill any flush possibilities. More than half of the chips call for Leary Alice. This could be a big hit to Marta, or it could be devastating for Leary Alice at this point. Leary Alice calls, and it is devastating for Leary Alice. The pocket jacks hold. Leary Alice had the other jack. Unprecedented syndicate night where the jacks are holding and tripping up. 300, 600 to go. That'll pretty much put Larry Ellis almost all in on the small blind. Jammer will pop it up to 15, so if Larry Ellis stays in, it will be an all-in, looking for a double up. Should she call at this point? Godly. Actions now on Marta. Larry Ellis does indeed go all in. This could be a double up. Pocket Kings to Queen 10. Could be a flip. Ooh, not now. Not looking good. And that will do that one in real quick on the turn, as Larry Ellis will go out to Jammer's Cowboys, which he's had numerous times this evening. So Larry Ellis taking the exit in 7th place, which will now leave No Fold Frank as the short stack. Larry Ellis taking that huge hit from Marta, with Marta's pocket jacks tripping up on the flop there a couple hands ago. 8 Queen Jack. It's rainbowed. 8 of hearts. 8 of diamonds. Queen of hearts. Jack of clubs. 22 to go from Frank. Frank almost going all in. Free card on the river. Frank does go all in on this one. 500 to go. Frank takes it. 10 grand in the pot, and that will put Frank way back in the game and no longer the short stack. That crown will now be shifted over to Millie, who's in the big blind at 600. Millie versus Jammer right now, 600 on the option. 697. Checked by Millie. Jammer says 12 to go. Millie says no. I had to take a break off of the mic there for just a moment. Starting to lose my voice here. Syndicate Poker Club. Playing free poker over at PokerNow.club. Free poker anybody can play. Check it out. Jam Rock and Roll. And the action here is Millie bets 800 with another straight. A little straight there. Take that hand down. Blinds are up 400, 800. Forking ace hole will go 4 times. Or, sorry. Yeah, 4 up on this one. This will be a 4 bet on him. Four times raise. On the pre-flop, Jammer will go all in. Jack King versus Ace Deuce. Ace Deuce holding at the moment. Jack or a king for forking ace hole does not come. That'll give Jammer some breathing room as he will pop up to 4140 on his chip stack. As we go on to hand 875 million of the Dominion run. The Syndicate actually will be playing its 100th game very, very soon. In just about another week. The 100th scheduled game. Bet you can't guess who debuts in that game. 2-4-10 with No Fold Frank, Jammer, and Godley in this one for a free 4 of spades. Pairs the board. And a free 2 to give the board 2 pair. 4's over. And a free showdown with a pair of 3s. 3 pair for Jam Rock and Roll. Too bad that doesn't mean anything. Moving into the next hand, blinds 400, 800 for the next 6 minutes. And we'll go up again. They start going up a little bit quicker. Godley going 24. Marta. 1,600 to go. Does not want to play. And that will do that hand end completely. Millie's going to play along on this one. Godley's going to pop that one up to 36. Marta's going to play along. Millie, working ace hole, heads out of the way. Got Marta versus Godley here with 2 queens on the board. Queen 7 of clubs and a queen of hearts. Godley will bet that one out with pocket kings. Marta does not show. $800 to go for Jammer, who will double it up to 16. Over to Godley, who's on the action. Godley trying to stay awake here. May not happen. Not for that one. And 16 called by Millie. Jammer and Millie in this one. Ace of hearts, jack of clubs, 9 of spades. And Millie will not make it on that one. Jammer will survive and big all in. And that was definitely a big ouch for Millie on that one. Jammer taking that one down. And taking on second place now on the leaderboard with the chip stacks. Ace queen of clubs, 8 of diamonds on the flop, 350. All in for Millie. Ace jack for Millie, pocket nines for Jammer. Millie might get the revenge here, and she does. 2 pair aces over queens, sorry, 3 pair technically. Aces, queens, and jacks. And once again, too bad 3 pair doesn't count for shit in poker. Unless you're playing that really weird shit my grandparents used to play. $24 to go from Marta. Frank will say, yes, please. Millie says, no, it's wine time instead, and Jammer will see this flop for a 3-deuce-6. Definitely not worth the money they paid for it, other than the 2 diamonds. 3 6 of diamonds, 2 of spades. No fold Frank is the holdout for a free card. And he says no freebies, 41 to go. Pretty much half a Jammer stack V would have called. Marta would have been a lot there. Frank will take that one. Million Jammer and Forking Ace hole now. Well, actually, just about everybody except for Frank and Godley. And all sitting battling head-to-head at this moment for where they're going to sit with the chip stacks. 5-4-8 comes on the board. Rainbowed up. Eight to go, says Godley. And Jammer says, okie dokie. $16 to go. And Jam says no. And Godley will take an extra 32 to her chip stack. And add to the rich get richer. As the battle continues. Dominion, game number 5 of the Syndicate Poker Club. Playing poker for free, but playing it for real. On the grinding series. I'll be right back.
Triple espresso and a Mountain Dew chaser. Heart's racing like I'm dodging a laser. Over caffeinated and not drunk at all. No whiskey haze, just a caffeine brawl. Nerves on fire, but my screen is cold. This online hell's where my soul gets sold. And what I do in Mexico stays in Mexico. Sober as a monk in a poker trap. Reading the board while losing my crap. Nothing I'm saying is making much sense. I argue with the cat, the game got tense. I wanna know where Chase went. He ghosted mid-hand, just fucking left. Last I saw, he shoved with queen 5 off. Now he's in my ass. Wait, I meant Miami. I'm talking nonsense. I'm losing the plot. I called a race with what I thought was a lot. Turns out it was a napkin and a fork. Guess I'm playing poker on a caffeine torque. The group chat's roasting, they think I'm dead. I'm Googling if caffeine fries your head. Where's Chase? Who knows? He's free and tan. While I'm here crying over rubber bands. Where the fuck is Chase with AC Slater? Sober as a monk in a poker trap. Reading the board while losing my crap. Nothing I'm saying is making much sense. I argued with the cat and the game got tense. I wanna know where Chase went. He ghosted mid-hand, just fucking left. Last I saw, he
in a poker trap, reading the board while losing my crap. Nothing I'm saying is making much sense. Let's go! Sober as a monk in a poker trap, reading the board while losing my crap. Nothing I'm saying is making much sense. I argued with the cat in the game hot tense. I wanna know where Chase went. He goes to mid-hand, just fucking left. Last I saw, he shoved with queen 5 off. Now he's in my ass. Wait, I meant Miami.
Well, we got 4 King Ace hole going with an all-in 46-25. Marta, the only one that wants to play with him. Ace 4 suited against pocket 3s. And needs an ace or a 4 to come here. Neither one does, so that will do 4 King Ace hole out. in 6th place. After a long game and a long battle, he will meet his demise. Marta, who continues to chase Godley's chip lead, currently leaves Jam Rock and Roll as our short stack at the moment. Could change here with No Fold Frank's hand. And it does. Marta taking that one down. Marta on a warpath. Taking down No Fold Frank. Jam Rock and Roll, No Fold Frank, 2,200 and 3730. Millie still up at 8,400. Marta and Godley up in the 24,000 range. Table getting one-sided here now. Blinds are 500, 1,000, going up quickly. Once those blinds hit 1,000 for the big blind, it doesn't take much to start seeing this game go very quick and very fast. Frank on the button. Millie, small blind, 500,000 for Jammer. Two more to go from Marta. Yeah, whatever. You know, Marta said something, and it was represented by 3,000 on the bet. 25 to go from who are they? And here can be kato. Who didn't give the no kitibata. Eins, Wein, try again. Okay. Millie checks it over to Marta with a 7-10 club. Queen of spades. Marta will take that. Millie gets out of the way with pocket sixes. Pair of tens for Marta on that one. Bottom three right now. Frank, Millie, and Jammer with an ace 3-5 on the board, rainbowed, an 8 of spades to go with a 5 of spades, a 10 of clubs as they check it quickly that I can't keep up. Frank will take that one with a high card. Not much to go on with that. Millie goes for a grand. Jammers will take almost half his chips if he calls a blind. He does not. Marta will check the option. Queen 3 deuce, rainbow, a club, a diamond, and a spade. Now a heart in the form of a 10. Check for a free card, 8 of clubs. Millie will check it and finalize it with the pair of deuces. Nothing majorly exciting going on at the moment. Over to Jammer, who will still hold off for another hand. I think we will see a punt coming over there here pretty quick. Frank going up and get some extra chips off of that one. Jammer on the action as blinds go up to 6-12. And that will make him make a move. 22:30 to go for Marta and Godley. No, Frank's out. Millie will donate her chips as well, so that will put Jammer back up as he goes into the big blind for 1,200. Still sticking him with 28:30 left in stack after the blind. Frank says we're going up if you want to stick with it. And Jammer does not. Pocket sixes for Frank. Six to go more for Jammer. Does not. Godley checks the option. 6 queen of diamonds, 5 of spades. 21 to go from Frank. Millie will play along. Godley will not. Frank, 1,200 on the queen of clubs that comes out on the turn. Millie is all in. And Millie will probably not survive those pocket rockets of Frank's, as the aces hold and do not get cracked. So Millie will head out of the game in 5th place. And Frank will take some more chips to get him some good striking distance chips at this point. And Jammer, under the gun, will sit this one out as the blind will come around to him next. Kings on the board, 2 of them with a queen of diamonds. Frank's 36 is no match. 12 to go. Jammer in the option. We will probably see an all-in here. Yes, we do. 22-30. 954 is Marta and Godley. Godley will bet it. Or sorry, Marta bet it. Godley just went over the top, all in, 18-6-10, which would pretty much put Marta all in. Yeah, Marta had Godley covered, but that was a big bet. Pocket aces, again, will hold over Jammer's King Deuce, which had pretty much no hope. So Jammer will head out in 4th place as we head into the home stretch here of the Dominion Run, game number 5, the Grinder Series, designed for endurance and chip stack management, which everybody manages their chip stacks very well. And let alone the endurance. This is a almost 3-hour game here. We are reaching the 2 hour and 50 minute mark here of this game. Ace 9 of clubs, 3 of diamonds, Queen of spades now comes on the turn, and we are checking everything around. 10 of hearts, check, check. Pair of tens. We'll take it for Godley on the river. As you can see, the game is speeding up quite a bit as the players are going click, clack, clack, clickety, clack. You know, they want to go to bed, get it done, or try to capitalize on the long, grueling game this has been. Godley quick on those bets. Now sitting double over both players. Marta Frank quickly calling and checking. All diamonds on the flop, 7 ace 10. Both players will play in with 1,200 to go. Frank on the action, checked out, and another diamond comes. It's a jack. Frank goes 12. Godley calls it. There's your flush. Godley had a deuce for a flush. Frank with the 8, which will play. Marta trying to make the big move there to get somebody to call. Godley with a 3-5 suited. Definitely not going to go anywhere with that. At least 90% of good poker players will not. Deuce 4 deuce. Deuce 4 of spades. A deuce of clubs. Another spade. Frank says, give me your chips. I want out of my mom's basement. Oh, wait, Frank doesn't live in his mom's basement. Ongoing joke for those that don't know. We screwed up Frank's thing because we put him in the troll spot from the heads-up game that was broadcast when the Syndicate was taking on one of the Discord trolls. And for some reason, his information did not hold on one side, and it still showed Originally from Mom's basement. Frank took offense to that and kicked my ass. Marta will take 4,800 on that pot and stay alive. No takers for Godley's pocket fours. Deuces with the queen and a 6 of clubs. 2 pair on the board, queens over deuces. And queens over sixes. We'll take that one down with Frank's 6-8 offsuit. Nine Jack 10. What a flop. $6,000 to go from Frank. And 3,000 for this flop. 4 deuce 4, 4 deuce club. 4 diamonds. Now another 4. We got trips on the board. The 4 of spades comes out. And a queen of clubs to finish it out on the river for a free card. 42 from Frank. Godley will make the big move of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we signaling what we have? Is it a bluff? Is it a taunt? Frank will go with it. And no, believe it or not, it was a full boat. Queens over fours, or fours over queens, pardon me. Frank did have the flush, but there was also the ace-5, the wheel straight was also sitting out there too. Godley typing that one in real quick. Godley doubling this one up. Frank will play along. 4-8 of clubs. 7 of spades. 12 to go. Frank, no. King 4-8. King 4 of spades. 8 of diamonds. No takers on that. 1,800 chip bet. Ace deuce 3, rainbowed out. Free turn card, queen of spades, 12, no, and I can't even keep up with that. They moved so fast. Doubled up from Godley at 24, 2 do 4. Do 4. Do you have the do? I have the do. It's 2,000 to go. Marta falling down to 74.55 after having a decent chip stack. Godley just starting to run the board here. Blinds at 700, 1,400. These are not cheap hands by any means as it is. Ace 4 of clubs, king of spades. 60-55 all in Marta. Frank calls it. Has the ace. And that will do it for Marta, who will finish out in third. Heads up between Frank and Godley for game number 5 of the Dominion run with the Syndicate Poker Club. SyndicatePokerClub.com. Playing free poker over at PokerNow.club. Playing for free, but playing for real. An almost 3-hour game as we go heads up, and we are all in with Frank in the lead. Ace 10 suited against Godley's Jack King. And nothing comes for Godley to help. And Frank will take the swing over onto the lead now at 44-20. Jack 7 of spades, a 7 of hearts to go along with that. And hands over, so I'm not even going to say anything more. Fuck it. Who cares? 3, 8 spades, 7 of clubs, 10 of clubs, for free. Godly says no. Frank goes higher, 2100, all in for Godly. 21,780 is the call. It's going to be a chop suey soy sauce split pot. No excitement here. See, we need the graphic right there. We just don't have it on this broadcast set. We have that for the chase set. I'll have to bring that in on the next one of these days. We have it for the Omaha games too, but who'd have thought we would have had so many split pots in a no-limit hold'em game, right? Of course, who would have thought we would have had a straight flush and royal flush from one player in one game? Millie with a straight flush and a royal flush prior to that. Early on in the game when we were down to 2 tables. King 6 Jack, rainbowed up. Frank says he would like some more chips on his side. Chips are starting to even back out. King, King, Queen. 3 of diamonds. 14 to go. $56. And Frank will take that with the 3 of a kind. He flopped the kings. As we get into some fierce heads-up action, swings will go pretty quick with these blinds. Godly going all in pre-flop. No go for Frankie Poo. King 5-8. Checked around. No good. That will be Godly's extra chips. Frank will now take them right back. Godly looking for a hand. $28 to go from Godly. That'll double up for Frank. He's going even higher, and we're all in for Godly. A call. Pocket aces, king, queen. Could be a flip. And not so much with that. And that will do it. The aces will hold again. Aces not cracked once tonight. Not at all. So that will do it for Dominion. Game number 5. No Fold Frank will take first. Godly will take second. Marta will take third. Syndicate Poker Club's Dominion Run game. Finishing 4th, Jam Rock and Roll. 5th, Millie. 4 King Ace Hole. It was hard with 2 numbers going there. 4 King Ace Hole finishing 6th. Larry Alice 7th. Quads coming in at 8th. Molly Mary 9th. Biggie Large 10th. And then rounding out the bottom 3, Just a Ghost, also known as Freak Child, in 11th. Casely. 11 actually is Freak Child's jersey number from when he used to play hockey. Casely finishing out 12th, and Boss went out first in 13th. So that will do it from the Syndicate Poker Club's broadcast right here on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe or do whatever the hell it is you do. Ring that bell or click that bell or send a telegram. However it works, to get updates, do it. We will see you on the next broadcast right here with the Syndicate Poker Club, playing live at PokerNow.club for free. A free poker client. SyndicatePokerClub.com. Go check it out. We've got profiles and shit.